So it's quiet in the house now. The kids are gone. They're usually asleep by this time though. And I had decided to just soak my nails and give myself a little TLC, a little care, and do my nails because that's a little bit of my own me time for me. And yeah, I am trying this thing. I've been overthinking YouTube lately. And I started this journey with posting on YouTube every day for 100 days straight, no matter what. No matter what happened, what I said off the cuff, I just posted for real, for 100 days straight. And now I'm a few months in, and this month in particular, I have just really overthought it. What's the past tense of that? But I'm overthinking it. And I'm like, yo, just press record. And right now in this after hours situation, we're just wrapping. Maybe you're wrapping up your evening too. Maybe you're finally getting down and getting settled and having a little bit of time for yourself, because you know how we carve that sliver of time out. Like the kids are in bed, they're asleep, but there's a quietness to the house and you kind of don't want to waste it. Like, you know, you should be sleeping, but you don't want to waste the quietness that is currently in the house, because at least in my house, I have a 4-year-old and it is often not quiet. So I enjoy sometimes just walking through the house, doing nothing in particular, soaking in the quiet. And this evening, I'm soaking my nails. And I thought I'd chat with you all. So today was a good day. We are visiting back in the States. My daughter is with friends on a trip for a couple of days. My son is staying at his grandma's house. Okay, to childcare, okay, family childcare you can trust, because that's not always the case, okay? So I am like, whoa, my husband and I are in a house by ourselves. Not like on a vacation, not by ourselves, not like we left our kids with a grandparent because we're going to a conference or we're going to do something. Like in our accommodation, in our home accommodation right now, it's Airbnb, but this is our home for now, by ourselves. And we're like, that has never happened since we have had children. And so this is a rare moment in time. And as soon as we dropped my son off at my mother-in-law's, he was like, I miss him. I was like, it has not even been 45 minutes. But sure, you know, I'm just relishing in the moment because, again, it's rare. So it was good. We went to supper, okay, because we're at that point in our lives where we do dinner around 5:30. That's when we eat our big meal of the day and try to do it no later than 6. And most days we adhere to that. You know, we got a good streak going. This is a good season for supper for us. And we went to supper and then we came home, and I had this thought. We finished dinner and I was like, yo, if this was back when we were in our 20s, we would have finished dinner, we would have went for a walk, we would have found an after hours spot. And now we're at a point where like, dinner was great, let's go home and relax. That's a fun time. It's interesting how fun times change as you get more seasoned in age. And so yeah, we came back here and we enjoyed some. Did we enjoy a snack? We had a quick little snack. I think I had one of the little ice cream bars, and we were like, let's finally watch Sinners. So we did finally watch Sinners. We were so late to the game, but it was really good, as people say. We enjoyed it. And not tonight, but tomorrow I'm probably gonna look up all the stuff that I avoided, because I was like, I don't want to ruin it for myself. And everybody was talking about Sinners online on social media, and I avoided all of it because I was like, eventually I am gonna watch this movie and I don't want it to be spoiled for me, so I'm not gonna watch any of that. But now I'm going to watch all of it because I'm a bit of a mediophile. I love behind the scenes and all of that. I watch something, I'm like, okay, who's this actor? What else have they been in? I Google it, and then I go down the Google rabbit hole and like, what are the theories on what this meant? And especially with a movie like that. So we watched Sinners, and I was like, okay, let's see how far we can get in Severance before my husband in particular falls asleep. I mean, we were just having grown time. We're just enjoying grown company and having grown time. And it was nice. And then we're gonna go to sleep. We're gonna get some sleep. And we know that our son is gonna come in at between 6 and 6:15, and jump on the bed and say, I'm hungry, right? So we just like soak in the moment, just soak it in. Yeah. And I'm gonna enjoy that, because I know it's not gonna always be like that. Like tomorrow morning is gonna be what it is every morning. Like the same thing we do every morning, Pinky. Okay, if you know the reference. And I was thinking about our kids though. The other day, I was thinking about watching them grow into little people, and then bigger people, and even bigger people. And what a blessing and a journey that is. I know this is random, but this is where my conversation is taking me this evening. Thank you for joining me. After Hours Musings. And when we watch our kids grow and who they become and what they're interested in, what they enjoy, it's like you're reading a book chapter by chapter, unfolding it, but it's a book that doesn't end, right? It keeps going, and it's a slow reveal. And I was like, it's such a blessing when I just kind of stand back and look at them and observe what brings them joy, what interests them, what they're excited about, what lights them up, what aggravates them, what annoys them, what irritates them, where their sensitivities are, where maybe some insecurities may be showing, more so for my older one, right, than my son, who, he's at an age where he's like, I do what I want, kind of thing, which is also fun to see, because there's a freedom and a carefreeness that he has that you can't help but kind of smile at, or at least I can. And I was talking to Oz today at supper. I was like, he was talking to me about some things he's noticed about our kids and things that he's seeing. And I was like, man, it's such a blessing that we get to be around them as much as we are. And I'll be honest, as much as it can be frustrating, exhausting, sometimes annoying, and challenging to be parents who work from home and who homeschool, world school, parents from our children are with us, they're majority of the time, and they're not in school the majority of the time, or, we're not at work the majority of the time, that we can't take that for granted, because it's such a blessing that we have that time to be able to observe our kids and have the time to be able to do that and pinpoint things and decide, like, hey, maybe this is something that we can shift, or maybe this is something we need to implement in the family, and have these discussions. And look, it is not that you can't do this in any other way. I'm literally just talking about our lives and the blessing that I see in our lives to be able to do that day in and day out on such a regular basis, and not wanting to shirk that blessing despite the challenges that may come up, because that is the life that we live, but it's also the life we asked for, it's the life we prayed for, it's the life we wanted, it's the life that we work to build and to mold. And I'm like, oh, we did it. So even though we have dips, even though our patience may run thin sometimes, okay, it is still such a blessing to watch them grow as little people and do their thing. And so the rest of this evening, I'm going to give myself a little self-care, a little TLC, traveling in the airport and messing with this luggage and being in that airport, not even airport, airplane air. Okay, do you know airplane air is just wild. It's cold, and I guess it's sterile. I don't know, but it dries my skin out. It just wreaks havoc on my nails and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give myself a little TLC. I tried to do this a couple days ago, then I tried to do it yesterday, and it did not happen, clearly. And so now I'm like, say yes to yourself, boo. And this is what I'm doing. So I'm gonna spend this evening watching something. I don't know, I'm gonna put something on, and maybe some music, maybe a show. We'll see if I can see something good. I don't really have anything that I haven't seen that I feel like I want to see, but I might try something out. And I'm going to do my nails this evening, maybe have a cup of tea, and then call it a night. I'm really trying to soak up, normally I would be asleep. I'm really trying to soak up this time of quiet where the kids aren't in the house because we'll see our son tomorrow and we'll see our daughter in a couple days. So yeah, I'm staying up later than usual like a G, okay? I am awake and I'm going to do these things. So I appreciate you hanging out with me in this kind of conversations, these after hour conversations, after the kids go down, you can unwind with me. So I appreciate that. For those of you who don't know, and this is your first video, which is probably one of my more random, just chatting with you videos. I'm Imani Aisha, and I make videos to encourage us to stay connected to ourselves and to our partners and to creating a life that feels good to us, that feels good to you, because we only get the one. So if that's your vibe, please subscribe, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.